I had nothing. What's happening? We are back. You're hearing my voice again. You're hearing a shitty version of my voice. I am Zach, aka Skidmark, which you'll hear more about in a minute. I'm here with my buddy Rick, and we are missing Eric, your normal, wonderful hostess with the mostest, because he has an ear infection, which makes it hard to hear, is my understanding, which is going to make it hard to podcast because it's not going to have a good conversation.
Yeah.
So instead, you got 2/3 of the party going on here, both of which are also sick. So if we both sound weird, that's why. So I guess we're gonna open up, and we're probably gonna talk about this again with Eric and get his take on all of it. But we did a thing together, the whole gang. We did a little gangbanger at a Tough Mudder event here near the Twin Cities of Minnesota, which is kind of why we're sick. So I guess Rick, since it was your idea and you drug me into that bullshit, I guess I will allow you to start with your take and your experience on, I guess, that whole weekend and now the following week of illness that we're all experiencing.
Yeah. Well, the day of was mostly fun. Um, Towards the end, I was dragging pretty good. I was gassed by like the last, I don't know, quarter of it. But part of that was because I thought that the one we did previously in 2017 was also a 15K, but I was wrong. And I think I
What?
learned that the day of
I
that
thought it was too, though.
no, it was a 10K.
Oh fuck! There's 5 more Ks, dude.
Yeah.
That's starting to add up. I'm learning this right now. I had no fucking
Oh,
idea.
I thought
Damn
you
it.
found out too. Yeah,
No.
so that was sort of a sad surprise because I thought we were doing what we had done before. So like, oh, I could do it because I did it once. I'll do it again.
Sure.
But that was not the case. And yeah, like you said, we got back, and by Monday I had a 102 fever, and I was out the whole week, just miserable, and I'm still sick.
Yeah. What? So it was the 27th, right?
28th.
The 28th. 28th. Okay, yeah, the 28th. The Saturday the 28th. June 28th. Yeah, we're recording now. We have skipped a week. You all have anyone who listens regularly, so all 2 of you will notice that we've ended up missing a week here. It is now July 7th, so we're a little bit past it. Yeah, I okay, so yeah, I mean, it makes a lot more sense now that I got. To be fair, I burnt out, but even that makes sense. So I burnt out probably mile 5, right,
Sure.
of roughly 10 miles, give or take, in freedom units there. So I guess that makes sense because normally we would have only been going a couple more miles,
Yep.
there. And I remember that the last one, uh, kind of by the end of it like that, I guess that would have made sense. I would have been pretty gassed and sandbagging a little bit. But for this one, man, mile 5 on, I couldn't do it. I didn't prepare well at all, um, which I think was hubris a little bit, considering the one in 2017 I just did after being at Rockfest and camping and drinking all weekend. I just kind of woke up and did it. But I think the lore of me being able to do things like that has to be put to rest, because
Mm.
almost 35-year-old Zach is not 27-year-old Zach. Like he's
Yeah,
just
that was 8 years ago.
right.
It
He's
turns
you.
out
That's a different human entirely.
turns out we got older in those 8 years.
Yeah, dude. And Father Time he's got a mean right hook, brother. I feel like
Yeah.
that dude's nasty. But no, yeah, well in this one too, so like I said, I didn't prepare. I didn't hydrate well enough, so I was getting really bad calf cramps partway through. Couldn't really run, and I at one point where I've earned my moniker here, I fell flat on my back trying to jump up and over a wall. 'Cause, I mean, it was slippery and everything too, but also like my hands were so swollen for some reason, just like puffy, probably from dehydration and various things. So uh, no, it was pretty gross. Like my experience was pretty tough. Um, I didn't get sick until a couple days later. So the Sunday I felt pretty okay. Just kind of stayed home and hung out. I mean, I was beat up, right? Like I was sore as hell, sunburned and all that.
Yeah.
But I think it was Monday, Sunday, Monday I stayed home. Tuesday I woke up, a little bit of a scratchy throat. Just gonna blow it off. Maybe it's whatever because I swallowed a bunch of mud like all of us did. You get just splashed with shitty whatever mud water. So I thought it was that. So Tuesday and Wednesday I hit the gym, train hard. I'm able to go. Like I feel good enough to train really hard. And then woke up on Thursday. On Thursday and just felt like dog shit. And I've been kind of down for the count since. I came from the gym again before recording this one, and man, I was huffing and puffing pretty good. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I guess like I said, man, I'm happy if that one is my last one. I am happy to hang up those events. That one fucking sucked. Like that was fucking horrible.
Yeah. If that is the last one, I do feel kind of bad that this is how it ended.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like it was pretty anticlimactic. Because like, by the end, like I said, we were all gassed and like,
Yeah.
we're on the verge of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pull the pin here and just go go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we roughed it through to the end. I was hoping to have performed a little better, but
Yeah, me too. Me too. I
it
just
is
need
what it
like
is.
yeah, I mean, I remember the last one, and granted, a lot of the obstacles were different, but I remember in the last one, I think I at least gave a shot to all the obstacles, and I could at least get partway through. I do think we all did a good job of at least giving some of them a shot,
Yeah.
you know? Obviously, there was some where it was like, this just isn't going to happen, the balancing beam ones and like some of those, it was just like, that was not going to happen without us like, fucking around for 45 minutes on it, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Um, the big giant net at the end, I don't think that was ever gonna happen for me on my best day.
Oh,
I'm too freaked out by heights again. Like I got over that fear a long time ago and like it's back, baby, because I don't go up high no more. So like looking up at that net and realizing that like I am already like shaky and whatever from being tired, I'm like, no, this is not how I'm gonna die. Like I don't want
yeah.
to do that. So um but that's okay. Skipping that one, whatever. We ran through the wall of electrocution, which I don't think I got hit again. And if I did, I just didn't feel it. I didn't fall down,
I
so
fell on
I
my
got.
fucking face again.
I would say, yeah, you guys seem to get it pretty good. I think me and Eric both went through okay though. Like I think we
Yeah.
both charged through without falling, which was good. And then we got rewarded with a real American beer, which my
Oh,
review out of five, it's if 0 out of 5 is piss, that's a 1 out of 5 drink. I don't know about you, but like Hulk
I
Hogan
would
needs to
agree.
figure that is if that's American beer, I never want American beer again. It's the most
Yeah.
watered down shit I had ever.
So yeah, we got a beer that was Hulk Hogan's signature brand or whatever,
Hmm.
and it was piss warm. The
Which didn't
last the
help.
last time we did this, they had Guinness. Like good beer.
Yeah. I think they had a few options too. Like, I mean,
Oh,
obviously Guinness is the one we got. Or like the last one, I thought there was a couple
yeah.
options, but I do remember getting a Guinness because we were like, well, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that's the one.
Yeah, and then this time it was fucking Hulk Hogan beer, and it left a lot to be desired. I
Yeah.
guess is how I would
It's
describe it.
it it tasted like if you drove a truck full of water next to a truck full of like hops and barley and stuff, and then canned it, like canned the water after that. Like it just it's like if some water sniffed some hops. Like it just there's nothing to it. Like that shit has to be 99.9% water. Like I've had LaCroix that have stronger flavor than that. So, um, Hulk Hogan, you fucking suck. You
And so
still have
does your
lust in
beer.
your eyes. Yeah, the Macho Man would be so fucking disappointed in you, and so are the rest of us.
Yeah, do
But
better.
yeah, dude, no kidding. Quit being racist, piece of shit. Um, Macho Man, well, Macho Man might have been kind of a piece of shit once in a while, but god damn it, I don't think he would have been racist. Uh, not that I'm aware of. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to get Eric's take. I think Eric will have an interesting take considering it was his first one. Um, and I know that he was pretty proud of himself for actually working out steady for a year. And hopefully this doesn't turn him off of working out and
Yeah,
like just getting healthy and stuff. He has I'm sure he has some lofty goals, but so I am interested to kind of hear his thoughts on it now, being a week plus removed from it. So
yeah.
we'll return to that one, I guess, a little bit whenever we get Eric back from
Once
his
he can
year-end
hear again.
function. Yeah, once he can hear again. So we'll turn it to our first real deal. We got a few political things still that happened. We're gonna do the sad one first, uh, so that we can talk about some more fun shit later and maybe not make everyone so depressed. So the same time that we were suffering through a tough mudder and I was destroying my back on the ground, getting myself a little mud yarmulke sort of hat going on. Uh, the Hortman family was buried that day. So the Hortman family were the two that were killed in the attacks that we spoke of a few weeks ago. Um, they laid in state at the Minnesota State Capitol. I think only like 20 other Minnesotans had done that before. The whole family, I think, was the first as a family to lay in state at the Capitol, and their dog, I believe, was the first dog to lie in state. His urn was there. There were a ton of people visited. Um, not just politicians, but citizens or people that worked at the Capitol, things like that. And the honor guard, I think, was generally filled out by like police and firefighters and things like that. And Gilbert, the golden retriever, had his own rotating cast of honor guard dogs there, um, which I think was the first time that's ever happened. So, um, also in that, so Joe Biden came by to visit while they lie in state and attended the funeral, and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden both attended the funeral together, and Donald Trump spent the day golfing after refusing to call Tim Walz and comment on the violence. So I guess kind of the bigger point here that I think that I see that I want to make and discuss is the difference in leadership. I mean, President Biden has we know he has like stage 4 prostate cancer. He's in a bad way. And he managed to come to Minnesota. He's no longer the sitting president. He still managed to come to Minnesota, attend the funeral, and pay his respects. So I don't know. I think I know your answer, but how do you feel about that type of leadership from Trump, Rick?
I think it shows us exactly how petty and small of a fucking man he is. I mean, like you said, Biden has stage 4 prostate cancer. He shows up despite all of that, and Trump can't get over his own fucking ego. People
Hmm.
died, man. They're
Right.
no longer with us because of your fucking rhetoric. Murdered in cold blood in their own house, along with their fucking dog. All you can think of is shoot another 18. Get fucked.
Poorly.
Poorly, yeah.
Well, and this is also a pattern that we've seen going back to his first his first term where something happens, there's violence from someone, or those rallies like the Charlottesville and things like that. There was violence there and things like that. We remember the many fine people on both sides type of quote. And it's a thing where this was a guy. The conspiracy theories say he was a Democrat who did the shooting, right? Who was hired because these people were voting against the party and some insane shit, which is untrue.
Right.
Um, and so it's violence from the right. So Trump refuses to condemn it because he doesn't want to lose support, right? And if he condemns right wing violence, he could lose support, which says something about his supporters, I think. And yeah, I mean, he just doesn't care, dude. Like, he just does not give a shit. The more I think about this shooting and these people dying, the worse it gets, right? Melissa Hortman was by all accounts a fantastic individual. Um, just a great politician for the state of Minnesota. And for this person, I mean, think about so I think what I was reading, I don't think it's in one of the links I have. I think it was a different news story where they were out at sort of a party of some sort the night before the Hortmans were. I mean, so think about this. They are at a party and they head home early and they were killed in the early hours of Saturday morning. And so you think about this. I mean, you think they're people. They're going to bed. They're doing the same thing that maybe, you or I or anyone else would do with their spouse. They're talking about how their Saturday's going to go. Maybe that's something exciting to wake up for. They're saying goodnight to fucking their dog, you know, and they're
Yeah.
doing all that normal people shit. And some guy who just stands on the other side of the aisle and thinks these people are again like poisoning the blood of our country and all of this horrible shit that Trump says comes into their house and puts many rounds into each of them and the dog,
Yep.
right? I mean, just I of course we can't know if the dog was trying to defend his people or if he just took the dog out for the sake of it. But regardless, I mean, it just and for the sitting president, man, to just not care is absolutely mind-blowing and is absolutely not leadership, right?
No.
This is a thing that like Trump has always talked about how he wants to unite the country. We're divided. MAGA always says, like the left is always so, divisive and things like that. But I don't know what to call this other than divisive. It's
Yeah.
gutting. It's so horrible. I just can't.
If this isn't divisive, like what does he think unifying the country looks like?
Right.
What steps does he take? Or is it just more golf?
Well, I think I read today 38 out of his 168 days uh have been spent golfing to as of
Just
our recording this. Yeah, so no, dude, it's I just that's the thing. And I think we've actually had this exact thing before and probably said these exact words before. So we don't gotta like beat the shit out of the dead horse, but how are we on the left, like us two sitting here or anyone else, supposed to want to unify and work with MAGA or agree with any of them when they're constantly calling us scum and horrible people and saying that we are ruining our country, that we hate the country, and so on and so forth, and causing shit like this to happen? Like, I don't want to hang out with those people. You fucking kidding me? Those aren't good friends.
right. Well, and again, I can't. What do these same people calling us scum say about behavior like this? If you were to turn the tables and Biden went golfing instead of going to a funeral or even calling the governor of a state where something like this happened and everything was reversed, they would lose their fucking minds.
Oh yeah.
And I
Oh
just
yeah.
I'm tired of pointing out the hypocrisy because they don't seem to give a shit.
Dude, that's it. I don't think they care.
We just assume they will be hypocritical and move forward like that's where I'm at anyway. Like you know, like you're gonna be hypocrites about this in 3 months. You're gonna completely do a 180 and not give a shit if anyone calls you out on it. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, dude, the inability to like give Trump shit for this, I, dude, again, I hate doing the whole it's a cult thing. I really do. But when you are completely unable to look at an action that a leader is taking and be critical of it, that is like fucking line item A1A of being in a cult. I
Yeah,
don't know what else to do. If Barack Obama had done this, I would have been fucking like because Trump just instead of calling Tim Walz, he said, "Why would I call him? He's a lunatic. He's running that state like shit." Which, by the way, Minnesota's a fantastic state. I love living here. I
yeah,
really I've come to really enjoy living here, and I think we're doing great things for like the people that live here. And so to just brush off, go like, well, he's a fucking lunatic. I'm not going to call him. If Barack Obama had done some shit like that, as a person who voted for him twice and raised money for him, would have lost my fucking shit. I would have been furious about it.
yep,
But here, Trump supporters just go like, well, yeah, we're going to spin some narrative about how he was a Democrat, whatever. And Charlie Kirk will spear it because like Charlie Kirk is Trump's biggest dick rider, I think, right now. And so fucking him and his chiselet teeth that are fucking way too many will goddamn tweet some shit out which doesn't even goddamn make sense. I mean, I've seen MAGA people not react to the fact that so the guy that did the shooting, I forget his name now. It's not written down, so I forgot it. But the guy who did the shooting, his roommate straight up said, like, look, I think he would be upset if he knew that people were saying he was a Democrat. Like he was
Yeah.
a staunch Trump supporter. This is from the guy's roommate who lives with him and who is claimed his self-proclaimed like this guy's like best friend. So I don't really know what else you need. Like like how far do we have to sit here and go like, nah, so that guy's lying, that guy's lying. Here's this twisted mess of a story, and this is what makes sense. Because that's what we have to do to make Trump not responsible for this is
Right.
twist this incredible mess. Uh I dude, I it's shocking. Like it every time it shouldn't shock me, but I think it shocks me every time.
Yeah. I mean, it's cherry picking in the highest order. Like they determine what conclusion they want to arrive at, which is Trump is good, and then only weave a fucking narrative that supports that. They don't look at all the evidence, all the facts. Again, everything that they accuse us of is projection. They say we have Trump derangement syndrome. They're deranged into loving the fucker.
Yeah, that's a thing that I think is I didn't realize it honestly, like it, but it was not too long ago that I suddenly like it clicked for me. Because of course on Facebook, you say one bad thing about Trump, they're like, ah, he lives in your head rent free. I'm like, he's the goddamn president, and I read
Yeah,
the news. Like, the fuck? Like, Biden didn't live in your mind rent free when he was president, and you painted fuck Joe Biden on the side of your fucking goddamn pickup trucks. But yeah, what is it called when like, people put 9 Trump flags on the back of their pickup truck, their fucking gender affirming booster seat that they lift 6 inches and put chrome wheels on that never leaves the goddamn pavement. That's not it's not Trump derangement syndrome to like wrap your fucking Cybertruck in a picture of Trump after the like assassination attempt, like pumping his. That's not. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying.
yeah.
It's either that or you guys should have been celebrating Pride Month a little harder. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Yeah. To
saying.
me, that's what seems a little deranged.
Dude, no shit. Because I tell you what, again, uh, like I was a fan of Obama, or not a fan, but like a supporter, I should say, not a fan. That's not the right word. I was a supporter of Obama the whole time that he was. And you know what? I don't have one picture, one poster, nothing. I
Yep.
read his books. I will like I own all of his books and I've read all of them. Uh, that's it. I don't currently like my house isn't painted with Barack Obama shit. I don't have a Barack Obama flag. Like I don't know what you want from me. I never put the
Right.
shit all over my car. Like I had an Obama lanyard, like while he was running for president in 2008, just as, it's like wearing a t-shirt or a hat, just like okay, and then when it's over, pop it off and we're done now cuz the election's over.
Right.
But the fact that people had Trump shit and they were flying Trump flags while Biden was president, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, and I'm also like I was also a supporter of Obama, and I can comfortably say I had some criticisms of him.
Yeah.
He wasn't perfect, far from it, and I don't think that the other side can say the same.
No. Yeah, well, that's I don't think I've heard one criticism of Trump from like the super hard MAGA people. You'll get it from people, but it's usually when they start to like reel from like if there's too many things or if they're kind of starting to become disillusioned with him. I think they kind of start to be like, I don't really like that. I don't really like that. But then they go one of two ways. They either completely split off and they go, okay, this is fucked up. This isn't what I wanted, or they like start to lean in harder, which is I
Yeah.
think a weird psychological thing where, they start to lose a little bit of faith and they just go like, no, I just need to lean in harder, harder, like my identity is fading somehow. It's a weird
Yeah.
deal.
Me as a person is going away. I did see something interesting. You don't have this listed on here, but just a quick caveat that the FBI found that suddenly there is no client list for
Mm,
Jeffrey Epstein,
yeah.
and that did actually ruffle some feathers of MAGA supporters. They're
See, I
calling
haven't
Trump or them a liar or whatever. Trump lied to us.
I haven't seen the reaction. I've been seeing those news stories. Yeah, I didn't put it on here, but it is important. So like I think it really I mean, we all knew this was gonna happen, I think. At least those of us that have more than two brain cells to rub together probably knew something like this was gonna happen. But yeah, it's wild that like Pam Bondi like a month ago said like, the list is on my desk. We're looking over it. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna do that. And all of a sudden it's like, no, there's not even a list. It's like we can see from the redacted files there's a fucking list. Like from
Right.
what is released, we can tell that there is a list. The fuck you
Yeah.
talking about? I like I said, I hadn't seen the reaction from MAGA generally yet. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Because yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big thing. They were like bragging about we're gonna release it.
Yeah. We're gonna get all the Dems that were on the list, and all of a sudden there's not one.
Yep.
And again, I've said this before when we talked about this last time, but there is only one reason why that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Only one
Yeah.
possible reason could be causing that to be delayed, or now it just doesn't exist suddenly. And it's pretty fucking obvious
Dude,
why that is.
I just don't understand like how a lot of MAGA people there's like images of I think like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein, I think, or like various other people in power and whatever. And they'll point to those pictures and they'll go, "Hey, look, they're hanging out. Look at them." There is like video and tons of photos of Trump and Trump's various wives and shit hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, hanging out with Ghislaine Maxwell, laughing at parties and having a good time and whatever. And all of that they just conveniently forget. And then they go, you don't want Bill Clinton arrested. Bro, I truly do not give a fuck. If Bill
Right.
Clinton's on the list, if he did some fucked up shit, sure. At that point, I don't care about the fact that he had like the only budget surplus the country has had in the past like 4 decades or whatever it is. At that point, I don't care. Arrest him. He's a
Yep.
1,000 years old and he can do the rest of his time in jail then. But like, you guys all need to start admitting that Donald Trump hung out with Jeffrey Epstein like kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it never came out that like he liked getting jerked off by underage girls. Like, you don't think they maybe that never came up in conversation between those two? Like, get fucking real.
Yeah.
No, I hope everything that happens like that, I hope it's the last nail in the coffin for these people, and it never is. So,
I know. I yeah. I can't believe we're fucking here, honestly. But
yeah. Dude, his career, like the grab him by the pussy tape should have been it. The Access Hollywood tape should have been it for that guy's
yeah.
career or for his political desires, you know. Yeah, here we are 10 years later. It's pretty fucking cool. And instead we're arguing with like bots and illiterate people on the internet about it,
Yep.
starting podcasts that six people listen to try and point out the fact that it's stupid. Well, I'm gonna pull a fast one on us and flip flop a couple of my things. I think we should talk about the big ugly bill since we're on the topic of Donald Trump anyway. Um,
Okay.
it passed, got signed in uh, on July 4th. So we've talked about it before. Again, you're looking at 17 million people kicked off their health care. Millions of kids are now unable to eat. Um, we do have more taxes on tips and overtime. Like I found more details on that. And it's not as great as it sounds, and it conveniently sunsets after Trump's term is over, so they can start to blame Democrats if need be.
Yep.
Um,
And that'll work for some fucking reason. Just like this last one
yep,
worked.
dude,
I fucking
exactly.
hate that. I hate it
I
so much.
just, dude, it's and the thing that I keep getting is everyone goes, "Well, read the bill. The people aren't getting kicked. It's just the illegals." Okay, what page? Because here's the thing, like the CBO, we talked about this. The CBO put out a thing that estimates all these people getting kicked off because of the cuts and because of the work requirements.
Yeah.
So, and some of these work requirements, it's 80 hours a month, 20 hours a week. Sure, it doesn't sound like much, but if you're like fucking wheelchair bound, if you're, whatever, have Down syndrome, all these things that Medicaid is commonly used for. Medicaid helps pay rural hospitals, so a bunch of those could be shutting down at some point when they can't get paid.
One already
All these
did.
different horrible things. Yeah, so And then there's the issue too, where this is going to kill jobs in the energy sector, especially because they're getting rid of tax credits for green energy, which doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense to me. So we're going to be losing jobs. The economy is tanking, and you want people to go out and find work. Like, dude, I am an educated person, and I can't hardly find work right now. So what the fuck do you want these people that are wheelchair bound? What the fuck do you want them to do? They're going to like work at Subway and like zip back and forth. What do you? It's cruelty, dude. They want all these
Yeah.
people to work, and they say we're not working enough. I don't. It's ugh.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're kicking off millions of people off of their health care. They're costing us jobs. They're costing in healthcare and in the energy sector, like you said. And all it will cost us is an extra $4 trillion. So we're paying more for this for less shit because
Yeah,
they want to expand the deficit ceiling.
right.
Eh,
Well, and the tax cuts will also like overall reduce income to the whatever like because all poor people and middle class people are getting we're getting a tax raise, but the cuts to rich people are so massive that it blows up the deficit because they
Yeah,
didn't cut enough to pay for all this.
right. Yep. And the tax on tips goes away if you make more than 25,000 a year.
Hmm.
So you have to be below fucking poverty living essentially in today's
And
day and age.
And you have to itemize that. You don't just get
Yeah.
that. You
Yeah,
have to
that's it.
itemize your deduction. So like that's this is like the one tax thing I know is you either take the standard deduction or you itemize your deductions, which is a whole bunch of work and you have to track it throughout the entire year.
Yep.
So you need to track every tip you get and then you need to do the math at the end of the year come tax time and decide, do I take the $15,000 standard deduction or my tax or my tips, right?
Yep.
So that's the other caveat too is like most people are not going to probably earn enough, and if they do, they are probably not keeping track of it and going to itemize it because it's usually just so much of a pain in the ass that it's not worth it.
Dude, I promise anyone that would qualify for claiming this isn't itemizing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like eh, that's what is that? That's like what 40% of their or no,
Yeah, it would
that's
be.
60% of their total earned income,
Yeah.
right? Something like that. I gotta do fucking math now.
Something
Jesus.
like that. Yeah, the back of the napkin math, it's like a huge percentage of it.
Yeah, it's 60%. Thank you, brain.
Yeah. No, it's dude, it's stupid. Well, and I forget now what the tax on overtime, but the tax on overtime thing is also I think it's a very similar thing where you like I think you are taxed on it and it has to be you do it at tax time again too. I forget exactly now. I should have jotted down how that worked. I
Yeah.
thought I would have this memorized and then like I just stuff. Um, but no, it's not a thing like you're still going to get the deduction on your paycheck from your overtime. It's not just that your company stops taking it out. They're going to take it out, and I think you have to get it back. But again, there's going to be requirements. Um, it sunsets anyway. Again, those of us who can read a book without pictures in it knew that this was not going to be as cut and dry as they sold it because they
Yeah.
wanted to sell all of the people that like try to get by on the wage, working at a diner and all these people who work dickloads of overtime because they have to do it to get by or they're in industries that just, require a ton of overtime for whatever reason and they're trying to sell those blue collar things. And it worked, I guess, but again, when that goes away under, if the next administration's a Democratic administration or even if, congressional power shifts, they're going to go, well, look, Democrats are in power, my taxes went up
Yep.
because nobody look, the bill's 900 pages long. I get it. But find these couple of fucking things,
Yeah.
please.
Find the
Like,
cliff notes, man.
right. Goddamn, we have so many tools and communicators and things that you can find. Like, use one of them and figure it out that way.
And also never bitch about the deficit again. You're not
Oh
fucking
God,
allowed to.
no, no. The right can never say a goddamn peep about it again.
God.
And I do. So another thing that I saw, and this is just like it's not a thing about the bill necessarily, but I want to point out that when they were voting for this, a few things happened. So first of all, when it went through the Senate. Lisa Murkowski's spineless fucking old ass
Yep.
said she didn't like the bill that she voted for, and she hoped that the House would overturn it so that it would go back to the or make changes and overturn it so that it would have to go back to the Senate so they could work on it there again. Well, fucking dumbass, you should have voted no if you that's
That
when you say you don't like it. When they say yay or nay, you say no, I don't like it. That's what they're asking you. That's what
yes.
they're asking. So it says she passed the buck and kind of goes, "Oh, oh geez, I hope they figure it out." And then in the House, first of all, 4 votes would have killed it. And we've had 3 representatives die in office because they're a million fucking years old. And then one was found in the dementia ward of a nursing home because she was a million years old. So we're losing all of those votes. And then we have people who are praying in a circle to pass a bill that kicks people off healthcare and takes food out of kids' mouths. So show me in the Bible where it says that. Because all
Right.
I know of are these long passages about I was hungry and you fed me, I was thirsty, you gave me water, I had no clothes and you clothed me, blah blah blah, and whatever you do to the to the least of these you do to me, my brother.
Right.
Come on, I'm a fucking atheist and I could almost know that from heart. And these people are praying, and then once it passes, they start chanting USA around Ron Johnson's fucking lawn gnome looking ass. Like, this is the grossest version of America I could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier today to someone, we're doing like 1942 Japanese internment camps, 1933 Germany, and slavery, and somehow like the French Revolution all at the same time. Except we haven't done French Revolution like uprising of the people version. We're just doing the wealth gap part of
Yeah.
that.
And do you know what it took to turn those no's into yeses? A fucking lollipop and a handshake from Trump with a selfie
Mm,
opportunity.
yeah,
He's
I saw
just so
rumors that they just
cool.
gave
He's
him a
just so
hat.
yeah. A signed fucking hat. And they walk out and be like, "Ooh, he's such a cool guy." It's like, what are you fucking 10?
Dude, seriously.
Jesus Christ.
That's what it
You're an
takes to
elected
sell out your
official.
constituency. Yeah, that's what they literally sold out their entire state for a hat, or for like a handshake from a guy with a bad tan. The fuck are we
Yeah.
doing,
A
dude?
hat and a lollipop.
Fucking gross.
Well, I got mine. I've done all
It's
I can.
it's horrific. It's just truly horrific. And again, this is a thing. What really guts me about this is the fact that this bill will have echoes beyond it'll for generations. Right? I mean,
Yep.
already the things they're doing with science, the way they're gutting all these things. And dude, we're just talking about like the big bullet points of this bill. Again, there's 900 or over 1,000 pages, I think, of this thing. It's huge. There's a lot of stuff in there that like I don't know about and that maybe isn't being even reported on yet, or maybe isn't like making it through the noise of the Medicaid cuts. And none of this is landing on MAGA people. They're saying, no, no, it's just the illegals. It's just the illegals.
Yep. You fell for it again.
Dude, yeah. Here's your fucking sign, man. When grandma gets kicked out of her goddamn nursing home, I guess that's when you'll find. I mean, but again, where does it? I mean, I think these people could be like homeless and eating dirt, and they will cling to their fucking MAGA hat and say, Trump's coming to save me. Like, they'll lose their house. They'll lose every. I saw a news story earlier today where someone's wife, I think was from like an Iranian
Yeah.
person or something like that, and something went weird and her like visa was revoked, but she was on the path to like getting her citizenship back the right way, right?
Yep.
She had check-ins every few months, she was doing all the stuff. She gets nabbed, deported to a thing, not deported, but like she's in a detention center, an ICE detention center, and the dude just goes, hey, yeah, I still support my vote for Donald Trump. Like, I think just this stuff has to happen for him to keep us safe. So he's looking his children in the eyes when they say, "Where's mom?" And he goes, "Ah, don't worry, Donald Trump's keeping us safe." And she just had to go away for a little bit.
Yep. Having no idea if she'll ever be back.
Right. At this point, I mean that's dude, this is what we did to Japanese citizens. I
Yep.
mean, now we're just expanding it to brown people generally, but this is what we did in 1942. We grabbed them
Yep.
off the streets and we shoved them in a camp.
Yep.
There are too many parallels, right? Like history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes.
These fucking people that voted for this bill and that dipshit who's cheering on his wife's fucking arrest. They don't make water hot enough to wash the fucking shame off, guys. Like,
No, they don't, dude.
you will fucking feel bad about this. Might be cheering right now, but god damn it, this will not end well for anybody. And yeah, we need to do some fucking changes in the Democratic Party to kick ass in the other direction and stop fucking around with the compromising bullshit.
Oh, dude. Well, the compromising, the the not getting tough. So, well, you know what? The big beautiful bill is gonna be rat fucking us for decades. So we do have endless content there, I'm sure. Um, I think some of the stuff doesn't start until after the midterms either.
Yes,
Um,
correct.
so maybe it'll be a while before we really see that entirely rat fucking us. But I do want
Right.
to point out the last thing. So Chuck Schumer, our brave Democratic leader. Speaking of Democratic leaders,
Dude.
he he stood up to the Republicans and he said, "You cannot call this bill the big beautiful bill." And with all of his power, passed some resolution to change the name of the bill,
Yep.
which did a lot because they're still calling it that to the press. So, and it's
Yeah.
still passed, and it's still gonna rat fuck us. So please, someone primary Chuck Schumer,
Yeah.
please,
He sure showed them.
dude. His glasses can't go down any lower. It's time to hang it up.
Yeah, man. And I'm sorry, like watching that fucker go through an interview
Oh, it's
and he
painful.
sits there peering over his glasses the whole just take the fuckers off, man. What are you doing? Just take them
You look,
off. You're not
you look
using them.
ridiculous, dude. It looks ridiculous. These people are fucking ridiculous. I mean,
Oh,
fuck. How long has Chuck Schumer been like in power? Probably as long as we've been alive. Like, dude, we gotta. There's got to be some like age limits and or term limits and or like something's got to change, man.
yeah. We
Something's got to
gotta
change.
we gotta get more actual leftists in that will not compromise with fascists.
So here's and that's I mean, dude, this is all a perfect segue. I really want to talk about Zoran Mamdani winning the NYC mayor primary.
Yeah.
He beat Andrew Cuomo, who is a shitty. He's like a rapey guy, like notable sexual assailant. So not there's kind of a couple things in my head at play. So Cuomo is a very shitty candidate. I don't think he was going to beat anyone. Everyone knows he's rapey. Nobody likes rapey guys.
Well, MAGA does.
Well, touche, touche. So, but I think Mamdani has some serious momentum, and I think one of the things that I'm holding on to hope for is the fact that there was, I think of the, Bernie to Trump voters or people that voted for AOC and Trump in the same election, right? People like
Yeah.
that. Because there are people like that who said, well, I voted for these people. I want change. I just want stuff to change, right? I'm sick of everything being the same. And these people say they're going to do big, huge, giant things to change stuff. Where I think it's dumb to vote for people of completely differing ideologies just because they're gonna shake it up. I don't think just a
Yeah.
general shakeup is what we need. I think we need, big moves in a good direction, because now we have AOC trying to fight for, like, what people would call socialist ideals, and we have Trump setting up a goddamn alligator Alcatraz down in Florida. So,
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
he
that that
shook it
was a
up,
good.
Zach.
Yeah, dude, it's this bitch is a snow globe. Like, we are in the fucking grossest snow globe. It's full of like mud and like dog shit, but it's a snow globe.
Yeah.
It's real pretty. But yeah, I mean, I think that Mom Donnie's gonna grab a lot of that. He's grabbed a lot of the young people, which was a thing the Democrats can't do. And I think there's a discussion to be had here of that I think we haven't had yet, you and I in this podcast, of like, should the Dems just fucking move left? Should they suck it up and move back to the left and quit trying to just compromise with Republicans and move right, which they've been kind of doing since Obama because they think that'll win, and I don't think it wins.
It doesn't win. No, I will yes, they need to move to the left. They need to start saying bold ideas like healthcare for all and actually sticking to it. And not doing this wishy-washy, well, maybe we'll, maybe we won't, and just like Mom Donnie did. They had to tell Fox News to stop showing his fucking bullet points of what he wanted to do because it was convincing people to vote for him.
Which rocks.
Right. So they stopped fucking showing those bullet points because it was going to help too many people or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, they do need to move left, and they do need to grow a fucking spine and a pair, like whatever the fuck it is, get brave and stop compromising with fascists.
I think too. I think bold ideas are winning, right? Bold ideas have been winning for a while, which is part of why Trump is winning. Because they're not good ideas. Let's be very clear. They're horrible ideas, but they are. I'm going to build a wall across the entire border. I'm going to
Right.
shut down the border entirely. I'm going to do da 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 da. All this money. We'll all be very rich, right? All the businessman
Yeah.
talk. And yeah, people like you and I can see through it and go like, well, that's fucking not going to happen. But it's a giant idea. And I also think that a lot of people really like socialist ideas until it's shown or until they like see that it is or until someone tells them it's socialist, right?
Right.
Because I think a lot of people like I don't think you can look at some of these things and go, "Well, that's fucking stupid." Like the higher
Right.
minimum wage. Um well, again, like so the platform that I put on here are kind of the biggest points. The ones from Fox News are rent freeze, city-owned grocery store pilot program, where he's going to put a city-owned grocery store in each borough and see how it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But their food deserts are a problem that needs to be solved in this country. No or low cost childcare, free city buses, higher taxes on the rich, and a $30 minimum wage by like I think 2030 or something like that, like or over some time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Those all sound amazing.
Right. They're huge ideas and they're big, they're bold. He's trying to change things, right? And I think everyone would agree that over the last, I don't know, call it X years, America's gotten harder to exist in, and we need
Yes.
something to change. I don't think anyone would disagree with that, unless you're very rich. Maybe the rich people, but
Yeah, and I don't know. People lose their shit on like calling shit socialist, but they don't understand what that word means. They've just been told their whole lives to be scared of it.
yeah.
Like, look, the billionaire class, they're not scared of socialism for themselves. We're bailing those fuckers out all the time, and they don't feel bad about it. They're not pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. No, they'll take the handout.
Oh yeah.
So fuck it. Why can't we have a fucking handout of our own fucking money?
Yeah. It I just I've long thought that a lot of people that bitch about there are some people that bitch about taxes and they're arguing it just they're not gonna realize. But I've long thought that a lot of people complain about taxes because it's a return on investment problem, right? The product that we get back for paying taxes to our state or federal government is not enough to justify, what we're paying in some people's minds. And I would agree with that because I don't think we get enough. Not
Yeah,
that I'm paying like ass. I'm not poor because of the taxes I pay, but I just think we're not getting enough, right? Like we're not getting better as a country in education. We're not rate the federal minimum wage is still 7.25 an hour, which is bonkers. It's been that way for like 20 years, you know. Um the cost of housing is asinine. I mean, we can go on and on and on.
yeah,
So, I do think like one thing that I'm hopeful for with Mom Donnie's campaign is like if he can win, if he can become the mayor of New York City, I hope that that is a signal flare to other people like him to run and try and win, right? Because this dude also ran a campaign where he was like walking the streets of every borough. He's talking to people, poor people, rich people, whatever. He ran a campaign in multiple languages, to outreach because
yeah,
New York City has a ton of different languages. Um, a genius campaign, it seems like. I don't know, man. Like I think this dude could be one of the next people to like start shifting the Democratic establishment left if they let him. Otherwise, I guess it's third party on the left time, you know?
yeah. Well, and here's the thing that I would pitch to centrists or even people on the right. Look, we've tried Reaganomics and the trickle down. I've been getting trickled on my whole existence. Let's try it the other way, huh? Let's give it
Dude,
a shot. The worst thing that can happen is it stays just as bad as it is now. It's not better now. We haven't benefited from trickle down economics or any of that other bullshit that they tried to sell years ago, decades ago, right? Nothing has improved like they said it would. So, where's the harm in trying? I don't know. Maybe we just cut out the asshole that's trying to make money off of everyone and offer shit as a service from the government. It can't be worse than some asshole trying to profit off you, right? Like, why can't we try that? We've tried it your way. Let's try it this other way. 32 out of the other 33 developed countries figured it out.
right.
We're the only ones that are like, oh, I don't know. I can't figure out how to get this fucking circle into the square hole, you know?
Dude, it's a thing too where like a lot of these countries that are routinely like posted as like the happiest countries on earth and the best place to live and shit,
Yeah.
they do a lot of socialism. They pay a lot of taxes, but they get a lot in return for it, you know? And
Yep.
somehow the American populace has been sold on this idea that you have to work your ass off, that 11 federal holidays is too many, that 2
Yeah.
weeks of vacation a year is enough, of vacation, like, and sick time usually. So you get a total of, like, 3 weeks off from work a year, which would cause riots in, like, France, right? Like,
Yeah.
we have this idea that, like, they wanna support this whole nuclear family bullshit, or that's what they say on the right, and then they go, "Ah, but childcare is too expensive, but we can't help with that. Fuck you. And maternity and paternity leave is going to be like 45 minutes. And then your kid better be able to like walk itself to school after that
Yep.
to get shot, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
This
it's
is the
just,
African savannah style of birthing. They got to be able
yeah,
to stand up and run within 30 seconds.
I was going to say, like, dude, there's lions. You got to go. You got to go. You're 4 minutes old. You got to go. All right. No, it's just, it's so stupid to me. Again, like, I just think the core tenet of my belief, like where it all starts, is like if our government does not take care of us, it shouldn't exist because
Yep.
that's what it's there to do is take care of its people, make sure we are safe, make laws that are there to keep us safe and regulate things in a way to keep us safe and provide for us. And here's the thing, if there's a safety net, I don't know if we've I feel like we may have brought up some of this before, but if there's a safety net there, like there is in a lot of other countries, if there's a safety net for if you fail or fuck up, how much more brave are people going to be able to be going out and starting that business, right?
Yep.
Because they can go, okay, I will have support if all this goes to hell in a handbasket. I'm going to be caught when I fall, and it's not going to be perfect, but like I can survive, right? I'll have health care. I'll have whatever I can keep my house because of these programs. I just
Yep.
don't see why it's a problem to help people out. But America's been sold on this rugged individualist bullshit for
Yep.
probably ever. I mean, it's probably honestly goes back 100 goddamn years. I mean, you see the clippings of like nobody wants to work anymore from like 1875.
Yeah.
Like it's just it it's
Yeah.
it's stupid. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to say about it. It's stupid,
Everyone's a rugged individual until they get fucking cancer or
dude.
they break their fucking leg or some other bullshit. Then you need help. Like that's what society that's why it exists. Like
Yeah,
nobody can go it alone their whole fucking life.
yeah, dude. Everyone wants to do like there's this obsession. I think it's a lot in like the nutrition, like the RFK type circles, right? Of this like appeal to nature fallacy. And everyone goes like, well, our ancestors didn't do this or that or blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you're so
Yeah.
obsessed with it, you know what our ancestors did do? They fucking took care of each other because their little village, y'all needed to have your roles. Y'all needed to help each other out, right? Everyone took care, raised the kids. These people did cooking and cleaning and took care of the elders and all this shit.
Right.
So why doesn't that happen here? You know? Like, what is the logical conclusion of everyone just tells everyone else to fuck off and nobody helps anyone,
Right.
right? Like, We all just have no friends. Like we all just like mean like fuck you. You're competing with me for resource. Like, come on, dude. This is
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But no, I to get all the way back around, no, I think Democrats either need to move left, or I'm starting to think, based on what the Democratic like establishment has been doing, which is basically shooting itself in the knee and then shoving a stick in the bullet wound and like just fucking goring it out, filling it with mud and like dog shit. I just kind of wonder if we need another party to try and pop up that is further left than because the Democratic establishment, it's kneecapping people on the left like us from being able to like really effectively do anything, and it's also making they make themselves look worse to the right. So the right has all this like, ah, well, you haven't even voted for the person you actually want because they keep like putting forth who they want type of thing, right? So they've abandoned their people so much through this trying to win in a way that is stupid and doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, this is shit that's taught to kids. Like if you try and make everybody like you, no one's gonna fucking like you because you don't come off as genuine.
Yeah,
You know, come up with some fucking ideals. Like run your politics, run your campaign based on your morals, on the shit that you actually believe. Not what some fucking strategist tells you believe. What do you actually fucking think? Do you think people should have health care? Like again, it's not fucking hard. Be real. Look,
yeah,
AOC and Bernie, like I like those people because they do that.
yeah.
It's not difficult.
Like Bernie's been in power so long. I think all these people are worried about losing power if they say radical things. Bernie's been in the Senate longer than I've been a person. So there you
Yeah.
go. Like, he's stuck around and he's been saying the same shit since he was like 4, I think. Like
Yeah.
just his first words were like fucking billionaires. He's fucking No, dude, it's bonkers. I do hope I don't know. I'm watching intently. And I think also the AOC and Bernie going out and doing their thing, that tour that they were doing. I don't know if they're doing it now. Um, I hope it does something. I hope it rattles some cages, and I hope the Democratic establishment's fucking scared. I hope the DNC itself as an organization is fucking terrified because they need to get their
Yep.
shit sorted out. And like, yeah, they have all the money to like shut all this stuff down, but I tell you what, dude, like if someone shows up like locally for me, like in my district as a representative at the state level or whatever, like they're gonna get my vote more than likely over like the establishment candidate. Probably because I know that they're hopefully going to like do something. Because I think you're exactly right. Nobody runs with this like say it with your chest energy, right?
Right.
It's always this kind of hemming and hawing around like, well, yes, but we need to work across the aisle. Dude, when was the
Yeah.
last did the Republicans come to you to ask your opinion? They voted no to every amendment you tried to make to the big ugly bill.
Yep.
So did they come to the table? Huck no. They didn't ask you what you thought. They just fucking did it. So it's time to start doing some shit. Start ramming some shit through. I don't know. You gotta do something to make lives better for people because this is not it.
Right. And when that happens, when people's lives improve substantively, tell them who the fuck did it. You know, hey,
Yeah, take
that was
credit.
us. We're gonna keep doing this and improve some more shit, and your lives will be even better.
Weird. Weird
Yeah. And
concept.
then they'll vote for you, probably,
Here-
hopefully, if they're
Well,
fucking not brainwashed.
yeah. That's a weird thing because I think the thing that a lot of us view it as maybe or have viewed it as like, oh well they just keep saying, well, there's a problem, I'll fix it, I'll fix it, I'll fix it. And that's why they stay in power is this idea that like, well, the problem's still here. Just vote me back in, I'll fix it. One more term, just give me 2 more years, 4 more years, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But my thing's like, no, if we elected, a governor, whatever, say, of our state, and maybe that's a bad example. So maybe a senator, whatever. If we elect a senator in Minnesota, and 10 years down the line, or however many, down the line, he's going, okay, this problem isn't solved yet. I got it, I got it, I got it. Be like, no, you don't have it. So it's time for someone else. Like it's very we've let you take so many shots at it and you fucked it all up. So you're done. But if that person was fixing things, and if every couple, every time they went for another term, they went like, okay, look at all this stuff I did. And look, your life is better, right? And you go, yeah, my life's way better. You go like, okay, vote me in. I'll keep doing this type of shit. You go, hell yeah. That's what I want. So I don't
Yeah.
like, why is the prevailing knowledge that you keep selling that there is a problem when you should be doing stuff and then selling what you did? That's what you do at a job, right? Like when you go to your boss every year and say, I should get a raise or whatever, you don't go like, the machines are still broken,
Mm.
but if you give me a raise and one more year, I'm gonna fix them. I swear.
Yeah.
Like, no, you go in there and go like, dude, I fix all of your stuff. So fuck you. Like, you want me to
Yeah.
keep fixing stuff? Paycheck. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's got to be the same for the politicians.
And I would agree with that. And I'd also say, like, this is why, like you brought up, the people that voted for Trump and AOC. This is why that's such a stupid idea, because they're just 100% opposed to each other in
Hmm.
ideology. And so nothing will get done. They'll just fight each other the whole time. And so it's like, if like, whose ideas do you like better, and who's gonna fucking mesh with those ideas and agree with them so that we can actually get things done? Because you can't elect one person that thinks one way and the other person that will just shut everything down that whole time and expect anything to change.
Yeah. You've hooked two Honda Civics together with a chain and you're playing tug of war. They're
Yeah.
just not going to go anywhere. You just got two burnt out Honda Civics. You just made everything worse.
Mhm. Yeah. Now they're on fire.
Yeah, yeah. Now they're burning and everything smells like oil. Yeah. No, that's like I said, that's hopeful. I do the midterms, I think we're gonna have to start turning our eye to that soon because this is getting really gross. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's what we start seeing. I don't know. I don't know. And since Eric's not here, he agrees with both of us wholeheartedly.
Yep.
Just gonna speak for him, even though he's our little recently woke little guy that recently found out everything's corrupt. So that was
Yeah.
for long time listeners will remember that. But yeah, I guess I put all my stuff on the table, man. I don't know if you have anything left to say for people listening. I do think there's another No Kings rally coming up on like the 17th of July. I guess we could throw that out. I'd say
Yeah.
check the website there. Um, and yeah, I think people are going to start coming out of the woodwork for midterms at the local level. Like I've seen a couple of people start saying, "Hey, I'm running against so and so."
Yeah.
So start thinking about that type of stuff too. There's a lot of ways outside of money to help those people out. So it might be time to start poking around if you see anything come up. But that's all I got, I guess.
Yeah. And when the midterms do show up, fucking vote better.
Yeah.
Let's neuter Trump.
Please. Oh, that's an image. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Neuter Trump, cut off both of his balls off, and hang them on the White House lawn from a fucking stick. Uh yeah, I think that's all we got. We got through everything. It was a little up and down, topsy-turvy a little bit because we're both, I think, goofy from too much NyQuil. Hopefully next time Eric will be back. Until then, it's been white noise and we've been white and we've been making noise at you. Have a beautiful time.
Tots and flares.